situation.
Well, sort of. You're still in your house, but just
True.
another room in your house.
Another room.
Yeah.
We're going to make it. All of a sudden, I got really nervous.
It's okay. Yes.
Oh, Pam's going to try and embarrass me today, guys.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
That's true. We have a guest, guys, today.
We do.
I don't know if you see him sitting right.
Standing and sitting between these two lovely ladies. You know?
Back by popular demand.
Wait, I have to hold the mic up.
Did you just hear
I thought this was like
right.
connected for some. Anyway,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having me
Yeah.
back. It's an honor.
You know what? He'll be a good one. But we thought we'd bring Alan back for another episode.
Okay.
Especially since
Thank
we
you.
found out that was 40-something% of our listeners are men.
Yeah.
We just thought we got to give the men what they want.
It's
They
true.
need their
You
own
know what?
kind on
They-
here.
they
We're
need
Hey
one
gonna-
other
guys,
man.
you need this guy here. You know,
Yeah.
I'm here for you. Whatever you need.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't tell him that because he's actually honest in that. And he'll be getting phone calls of people being like, let's go for coffee.
Probably.
And you would say
Yeah.
yes because
Yeah,
you're
of
too
course.
nice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm feeling a bit nervous today
I know.
because I'm
You do
being
seem
interviewed.
nervous. I love this. We're here for like a big milestone in your life and your marriage. Tell the people.
Tell the people.
What's
Well,
happening.
guys, by the time this episode airs, it's like a few days away or it's just past. I can't remember. But either way, we are celebrating 10 years of our second marriage.
Yeah, the Big 10.
Yeah.
10.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's been an adventure.
Yeah.
It has.
Does
But-
it feel like it went by quick? Are you kind of like, that was a long 10 years? Or are you like, wow, it's been 10 years?
We should hold up a sign.
That's
and
actually-
both of us do a separate.
Wait, that would have been a good idea.
In some ways, it feels like it's gone quick.
Mm-hmm.
In other ways, it feels like, it's been a bit of a long
Yeah.
journey, but
Yeah.
it's been good.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
challenging.
Yeah.
Especially the early
Right.
years, right?
Yeah.
We'll get into that,
Right.
I'm sure. But
Just like,
I think the same
but
thing.
Yeah.
I feel very thankful that we've made it here, you know?
God, like it's in one breath, I'm like, where did 10 years go? Like,
Yeah, it's been
I
a long-
blinked and that was fast. And then another breath, I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
feels long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like so many questions for you guys. about
This
second
is why I
marriages.
feel like
know.
maybe I'm a
I
bit
know.
nervous.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good at questions.
I know. I have all these. I was driving here thinking, what are all the things I'm thinking about? So I was thinking about, what if we went back to before you guys even met?
Oh.
So, and I guess,
backwards.
so probably these questions would be like a question, and you guys even might have different answers.
Oh,
because
okay.
you- But
Yeah.
the first thing I'm thinking is like when both of your marriages first fell apart,
Yeah.
and you realize, okay, I'm headed for divorce. I'm now single dad, single mom. Did you in your head right away think like, because you were both young. So were you thinking
He was
like
older.
but still young? It's not like he was like 99 and you're like, you might have missed your chance, bud. You're young.
Yeah,
you're
you know.
young enough to have a second
I
life.
still had an opportunity
Did you
to
feel like that?
meet
Were you
somebody,
like,
right?
I really hope that God
Mm-hmm.
brings another person in my life? Or were you kind of like, this was so hard, I don't want to be in a relationship? Or did you think, oh, I'll never meet somebody? Like, what did you have hopes?
I know what Alan's
for
gonna say.
remarriage.
Well,
or
do you
no?
want to go first?
Just
or-
keep your answers brief.
I
Just
will.
remember.
This is going to be brief.
This is a
Yeah.
podcast.
So,
wanna
do you just want yes or no answers?
No. I want you,
No.
Alan.
So-
don't let her boss you around. I'm in charge of this
Thank
podcast
you,
today.
Pam.
This is why you say all
Somebody
you
needs
need
to put her
say.
in her place.
This
right?
is why I feel like
don't
I'm
know.
nervous. I think
Okay.
today I like to be the interviewer.
Er?
I feel like my
interviewee,
control
but-
issues are starting
yeah.
to come out right now, Pam.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. Okay.
So Alan,
Just
has the
surrender to
floor
the process.
for as long as he
No.
needs. Go ahead, Alan.
Okay, so yeah.
And you're done.
After my throat got dry there for a sec. So after my marriage fell apart, I was sort of like, I'm going to focus on my 4 kids, and I wasn't really thinking about finding anybody else.
Right.
I really wanted to, heal from that previous journey and pour into the kids.
Yeah,
and
because you would have had
be a
your hands
dad.
full. In case people
Yeah.
haven't watched other episodes, you had your kids full time.
Yeah.
You didn't.
And
it
they were
wasn't-
young at the
yeah,
time.
it wasn't just like, oh, on
Yeah,
the
they were
weekends or
younger.
whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to pour into them, and really also the responsibility was a lot. So making sure I can meet all their needs and get them to and from activities and to church, and it was the last thing really on my mind. I did it come did I think about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Right.
But I'm just going to focus on my 4 kids. I'm going to serve God, and just trust Him in this new season.
Yeah.
Being a single dad.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
single.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was a new,
Yeah.
bit of a new identity
Yeah.
to step into. Although for years I sort of felt single, even though I was fighting for my marriage, just because
she was kind of checked out.
Yeah. But I still always knew, okay, I'm married until I'm not.
Right.
And so really focusing on the kids was number one.
And I wonder if it's different for men because women are used to be generally like the caretakers.
Sure.
And then not that men don't have that role, but like men, I wonder I'm not a man, so I don't know, but do men
You're not?
Really not, guys. Yeah,
You're
no,
not?
I've never.
That's a different episode. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. But my question was going to be, do you think have a desire to be taken care of? And I don't mean like in an infantile way. Like I mean in like that kind of partnership, because women are so typically are supposed to have the role of like nurturer.
Yeah.
Not that sometimes that doesn't happen, right? Even in you can be married and that's not happening.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but do you think you had that desire to be like, oh, I would love to have like a partnership where someone's nurture me, taking care of me, they have my back, they're a team player, kind of that thing?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
All that describes me so perfectly.
Oh, she's like exactly on.
Leah's like...
So, no. Yeah, well, having somebody who's on the same page and aligned and that I can work with and who wants to work with me and, and that there's reciprocation and love and adventure and fun and support for each other, right? So having, like at the time, I had thought of, it'd be
What it
great,
could be, I think.
great to have somebody that would do that. And I'd hope my previous marriage would do that, but I knew the possibility was out there because seeing other marriages, other couples where
they gave you
everybody,
hope.
So I knew it was possible.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it would happen for me.
Right. Yeah.
Still
'Cause
waiting,
are you
but
thinking
no, I'm
too,
kidding.
like,
What'd you say? What did I miss?
I just said still waiting. The good thing,
kidding.
no,
Rude.
in our
Like-
marriage, we laugh a lot, we joke, it's tongue in cheek, but there's a deep love between us. But I definitely,
Because especially like you have 4 kids, where you're thinking,
Yeah.
what woman's gonna want to take this on? Like I have
That's
4
right.
kids.
Yeah.
That's just like a lot. Not in a bad. It's
No,
not.
actually-
I think kids
No.
are a blessing,
You
but
have
I
a
know
point,
that's the
though.
stigma. Like
Yes.
people think,
Yeah.
once you have kids, even women think that meant like, oh, I have all these kids, I have this like baggage or
Yeah.
whatever. Is someone
oh,
gonna
totally.
want to take that on? Yeah.
Raising 4 kids and taking care of bills and taking care of all their needs, right? It's I've always been honored to be able to be the provider and the breadwinner or whatever. But maybe God, you are going to bring somebody that's career oriented.
Then God said,
and
"Surprise!"
has, whether or not they have a lot of money, because
That's
it's not like I had nothing. I had, I was
Right,
established
yeah,
as well. But,
yeah.
but the thought, okay, that would be one less. It would take the edge off. So I gave that to God, but I knew that shouldn't be the focus, obviously. But the thought, and
Well, yeah, because you're starting
Yeah.
over, so it's kind of like I could look for a wish, for a want, for anything. I'm starting over. Like I can
Yes, yeah.
make my life go in a completely different direction if I want.
Yeah.
Right? Like you could see that.
yeah, and actually that thought sort of excited me in a way. I was like, oh, I could start fresh and start with something that's going to work and avoid things that aren't, and I did have a bit of a list,
Sure.
maybe the yacht club was one of them, but,
Yeah.
but, no,
I had my own list.
Yes,
she had her
that's
own
right.
list.
I know.
But yeah, and just wanting somebody who was stable, like emotionally and mentally. And it's so funny though.
Didn't get that either. No,
I
rich
said I
woman.
don't want anybody with. It's crazy. Like you'll have these lists, and then God will give you exactly what you didn't want. But I'm kidding. But no, certain things like. No.
Wow.
I don't. No.
You do realize you do have to sleep next to me
I know.
tonight.
I was gonna say when I leave,
She's amazing.
Alan's in trouble.
No. Honestly,
You've
we're
joked with me.
100%.
Leah's like, I'm getting my turn. You just wait.
She will.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
Will. Yeah, and
I told Pam nothing's off limits today.
she will
so.
take the liberty, but you can still edit stuff.
Nope. Yes, we can edit stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You have no editing ability, so.
No, you know what? I surrendered the process. I'm not going to be,
I'll
trying to
edit
control
to the
the
highest
editing
bidders.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's funny. I thought I don't want anybody with depression or an anxiety disorder again or anything like, even though I myself had dealt with anxiety, but I just
That
saw
makes sense. Yeah.
the medication and the ups and downs and
the
the
uncertainty
extremes.
probably, right?
I was like, this is not good for the kids. This is not good for me. But at the same time, I also did entrust that to God because I'm not going to write somebody off because of something they can't help.
Yeah.
But it would be nice, even if somebody had, some kind of conditions or mental health, whatever, that they're actually working through it. They've got the help. They love Jesus, and
Like someone
that
who
they
goes on planes, even though
even though she really doesn't want
yeah.
to.
So lightly. I mean,
See? Leah's
I
like-
want to travel the world, and Leah wants to travel our neighborhood.
Yeah.
We go for walks.
But you do it.
No,
You
I
push
just-
yourself.
no, she does.
True.
She's amazing.
I do push myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-hour flight is like my max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day I need to go 7 because he does want to get me to Greece.
I just think give her a cool.
Yeah.
Nighty
Just
night,
knock me out.
Leah.
Glass
She
of
just wakes up
wine.
there,
I
yeah.
do it though. I do.
Ativan.
She doesn't even need to know.
It's true. I work, just drug me. I do work through my fear of flying. So
Yeah.
do.
Which is good. Some people don't.
And listen, he has older boys that love to travel, and his like one of
Yeah.
his dream bucket
True.
list items
Yeah.
is Dubai.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like,
Take the boys.
I
Boys
will
trip.
never
Yeah.
go with you. But I was like, you have adult sons
Yeah.
that want to
Yeah.
go. I was like, and I'm not the wife that's like, like FOMO. I'm like, go.
Yeah. Go
Enjoy
and
it.
have fun.
I'll stay here
Yeah.
and love my life.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like,
yeah.
If he goes to Florida without me, dead.
Yeah.
Dead man.
But Dubai.
Or like one of the islands,
Yeah. Right.
She likes
Yeah.
flying to the islands. You do, right?
But because it's within like a short distance.
yeah.
Yeah.
Within 6 hours or whatever,
makes
right?
sense.
Yeah.
So
Everyone has, but that's the thing. It's like you will try things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because the thing is, you're not gonna, especially in a second marriage, well, any marriage actually, any
Yeah.
number of marriage.
Yes.
yeah.
Nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
If people, but I do think that's such a key point. It's like, not that you write someone off for a challenge they face in their life, but if
Right.
they're willing to say, this is something I struggle with, this is how I'm working on it, then you can work with that. It's when
Yeah.
like things are unmanaged, unregulated, unacknowledged, and people are just running wild in their dysfunction, and that's what makes
Totally.
a marriage like almost unworkable.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So the willingness to work through
Yeah,
things, right?
totally.
The hard stuff.
Yeah.
And and vulnerability,
Yeah.
right, babe?
So okay, I don't know if I know this. Did you date anyone before Leah? Like you're divorced, and then did you date anyone or go on any dates before you met Leah? Or
Actually, no.
Okay.
I focused on the kids. Were there some women that stood out to me that were
Sure.
single? Definitely.
Yeah.
But I just also thought, coming back to your question about, or the comment about, the 4 kids, and I thought this is a lot of responsibility for anybody to take on.
Right, yeah.
And so I thought it would have to be somebody, that has a big heart and special,
check.
Right?
There you go.
Check.
Yep.
And she
Yeah.
is special. I love you.
wow.
And
Yeah.
you do have a big
Weird.
heart. Yeah.
What's weird about saying anyway?
Yeah, it's not right. Leah.
Yeah.
I'm getting uncomfortable.
Yeah. But yeah, so no dating before. And yeah, and it's crazy how it all happened. I know we talked about it before, but she did come in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
True.
You know,
I
like
did.
really like
Yeah. Like
if she
totally
didn't come in the
unexpected.
way that she came in, I might still be single.
Right.
Or maybe
Totally.
somebody else. But
Yeah.
I totally believe in the way that it happened
You
and
needed that.
everything that we've gone through, that God has been through the process. Even though at times we both might have said, what are we doing?
Right.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we had both been seeking God on our own. And then when we met, keeping God at the center of our, plans and just submitting them to Him. And it is amazing to see how it did come together. Yeah. And then all the challenges that we did go through. I know I don't want to skip ahead necessarily, but I would say it has made us stronger. Maybe we hate the method and some of the stuff that we've had to go through.
Yeah.
But I
does
wouldn't
bring you closer.
trade.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade the character strengthening and the lessons learned for anything.
And there was a lot of lessons learned.
Right?
Definitely, I feel like we're probably open because you were quite young.
Yeah,
Your kids were quite young. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably no doubt in your mind that you were gonna end up remarried.
Yeah, I
'cause
mean,
you
I
were
was
so young.
27
Yeah.
for sure, so I was young. But I think the first little bit, like
You're like, get away from me, men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, there's no way
Yeah.
I'm giving my heart again to watch it be shattered.
Yeah,
So
totally.
I think I was just more,
Yeah.
I was open for sure, but I think it took me time to get there.
Okay.
Because I also fought for it for years.
Yeah.
Right? So even though I was 27, I think I fought for it for quite a few years and just prayed and believed that he would come back,
You
right?
really did.
Yeah.
You really did. You asked for some big miracles, but I mean,
I did.
you might as well ask.
Yeah. You asked the Lord.
Sometimes you don't get what you do ask
That's
for, but
right.
that's probably a blessing in disguise. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I'm wondering too.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this on the drive here. Because obviously I know like a lot of the backstory of what happened in your first marriage. I'm so curious to know how, because there's so much betrayal on so many levels involved in your first relationship.
Yeah.
How then, when you were going into another relationship, were you able, like, did you ever have that fear of like, oh, sure, Alan seems fine now. He seems like he's this kind of person, but how do I know that he's not really the man he presents? How do I know his character is true? Because you've already been through this where you think you meet a man in church, he works on staff, he seems godly, you think you have the same values.
Yeah.
Were you afraid that something
question.
could change again?
Yeah.
Where you like got tricked or whatever?
Yeah, I think initially, no matter what, when you're starting into like another relationship, you definitely have those thoughts. So like my thought would be, okay, but like for me though, okay, hang on, I'm going back. It wasn't necessarily who he was as a person. I don't know if God just like protected like my heart or like didn't allow like my heart to be damaged in that way that I was like almost like every man is
gonna trick me.
Yeah. It was more, I think I struggled with like not am I good enough, but like self-worth in the sense that like
would I be enough to keep his attention?
And kind of just like you know, when anybody, like if like he didn't text me back or something when we were first getting to know one another, I'd really struggle with that because I'd be like, what is he thinking?
Right.
But that's just my personality in any relationship, female or male.
Right.
Like even as I'm getting to know friends or whatever, right? Like if somebody doesn't like text me back or they don't respond for a while, I mean, it hits a trigger in me and I don't know what that is of like, you know, am I not good enough? Why? Or I'm wondering, like, did I upset them? Did I make them mad? Did I say something? Did I whatever? Right. But I don't necessarily think that's attributed to my previous marriage. Or maybe it is, actually. Yeah. Like, now that I'm saying, I'm like, maybe it is. Maybe because of what went down and the deep betrayal that it created, because I wasn't like that before, that it created an instability in me that not necessarily that I don't trust everyone, but that I do have a hard time to trust people now, 100%. But when I do trust you, I'm all in.
Yeah, that's true. You're very loyal.
Like I am all in, but it just takes me time. And I need to see consistency on like your part. So for me, it was like the consistency, which he was very consistent. Right. So I think that helped lower any like fears or anxieties in that because he was so like, he'd check in. He'd be like, hey, how are you doing? You know, every day we used to call it, he'd call me on his drive home from work because he had a job where he could leave to go pick up his daughter and like sons from school. And so he'd call me every day at 2:23 and we call it the 2:23 snack chat.
Aw, that's really sweet.
Yeah. So now sometimes he'll be on business and he'll like randomly call me at 2:23. And he's like, snack chat. And I'm like, I'm busy. I got to go.
She doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
You're like, I'm trying to be romantic, Amelia.
Yeah. But I think because he did show so much consistency, it wasn't, I don't know. I think that's where I had to work through, like I said, my own stuff, but I never really worried about him. I just didn't.
When you guys first got married, did you have like a period of, you know how they talk about like the honeymoon phase where you're like, this is just so perfect? And if so, like how long did that last before things started to get hard? Where you're like, wow, blending families isn't maybe as easy as we thought it was going to be.
It lasted
1 week. 1 week. Oh yeah. I mean, the honeymoon. Yeah, the honeymoon was the honeymoon.
Yeah, it was the honeymoon.
Yeah.
We were in Costa Rica.
That was great. You know, and then coming back to reality, we knew that blending was going to be tough.
Yeah.
Our premarital counseling with Matt Tapley too, that was good. and we were going to see through rose-colored glasses, and everything's going to be fine, you know.
Yeah.
But
we were prepared, but nothing prepared us.
prepared us for the types of challenges that we would have.
Yeah.
And probably maybe 2 or 3 months in, I think that's when it sort of got a
3 months
little
in.
bit rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like definitely we started to hit some rough patches, right? And
was
but-
it mostly like, what would you think would be the major things? Was it like the kids were having a hard time assimilating?
No.
The ex's involvement was tricky. You're living under each other 24/7 space. Like, what was it that you were like, this is like way harder than
I
we
think the kids never really had like a hard time blending. They just didn't. I think what worked in our favor was the age difference.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it definitely, there was such a big age gap that
thought. Right.
everyone kind of was like separate-ish. Like,
Because they're in their own phase of life.
yeah, like
Yeah.
his Eden definitely struggled more.
She
Like
did.
Yeah.
definitely out of all the kids.
She was the closest in age.
She was
to
the
your
closest
kids,
in
yeah.
age, and she was just more like,
and daddy's girl. Too.
yeah,
Right.
She-
for sure. It was the ex's, and mostly not mine. It was his ex.
Yeah, because she was more present and close proximity.
Yeah.
And that's
Right. Easy access.
and
to
yes.
drama.
I know we
Yeah.
talked about
That on a
the
previous
structure
episode,
on the
but-
previous, but yeah, that dynamic where Leah's very structured, and then she's not showing
Yeah.
up
Right.
when
Yeah.
she said,
Yeah.
and the kids would get anxious. There was a
Right.
dynamic, right?
When
So-
if you're like, if you find it hard, if
Then
someone
you
doesn't
got
text you
anxious too.
back, if a parent doesn't come for their visit time, like that must be in your head. You're probably like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
right? Like that must have been so hard for
Well,
you.
it's
to
stressful.
reconcile.
And he was used to that, right?
Yeah.
So this was his normal.
Right.
But I was like,
I didn't like it, but I was used to it.
Yeah.
But then I saw how it affected you. You got stressed, then I got stressed.
I don't think we were prepared, because I think so many people that like tried to prepare us
Yeah.
prepared us for the blending of the families.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone saw or could even imagine the difficult that the exes would bring. And really my ex was fine. Like there wasn't any issues on that side with us like blending. It was really just his ex that created a lot of turmoil.
So was it like, was some of the behavior like stuff that was already going on between you and your ex prior to Leah, but maybe you just were used to it, you didn't notice it? Or do you feel like she struggled with you being in a relationship, so she was kind of acting out in maybe like a more
both
Yeah.
and
in
It's
dysfunctional
probably
way?
both
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I would say, yeah.
because she acted like that, but like I said, that he was used to that.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
when I came into the picture, it was like,
You're like, no.
Did you know when she came into the picture, it was like the blind spot got revealed because I didn't realize how bad it was.
Right.
I knew it was disorganized and that pickup times or drop off times would be not at the exact time that we had planned. And I didn't like it,
or
but
the exact day.
or the exact day
Yeah.
at times, right? And it, yeah. So
But I think to your, like, Alan's personality is very go with the flow. So I think you could handle it because you are very just more passive in that way.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'll just adjust.
yeah,
You'll just adjust.
because I was like, I'm not going to let this have power over me, and
like
you know,
fight about it and whatever.
yeah, I'm like,
Where I'm so structured that I was like, what in God's name
Yeah, you
is
said
happening
it was this
But
day.
you-
in this
Yeah.
situation?
I would say, and you leaned into it very hard, like really hard. So it came to the point. Do you want me to call you a manager?
Yeah.
I don't want to use the word controlling.
I don't
but
care.
It was like,
Go for it.
no, but you were trying to correct the situation.
Yeah.
Definitely. But she would be looking at my phone and, oh, you got to text her this. You got to say this. You got to say that. You got to. So
Yeah.
that became stressful because I felt like I was being micromanaged. But
Sorry, guys, gotta go.
But I understand. but I understand the intent.
Yeah.
You just wanted the structure.
Yeah.
You wanted order.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it felt like chaos at times. And so, yeah, it was a coping mechanism, I think, to try to manage
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah.
And
Again,
Yeah.
my life was spiraling
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah.
And so I will do everything to control the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full out.
Yeah.
and we talked
And
about that a
probably
lot.
in some ways, like even though it was hard, maybe wise too, even for your ex to set that precedent from the beginning. Like this is a new situation, and that's not going to work anymore. And that's probably hard for everyone because you got used to doing it.
Well, yeah.
But
Exactly.
and
She
then
was
it's
still
like, you're gonna
coming
look
in
like
the
bad
house.
guy.
So like when we got married, like she was coming in the house to get the
Right.
kids, like in the door, waiting in the door.
She's like,
sometimes she just prance in the kitchen.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was just, I was like, what is happening? So I
And you're just in their kitchen, and she's just
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
and you're like, hey.
yeah. There's times where she like,
I think
we
she
told
might
him
have been
that-
dropping off
That's
baked
crazy.
goods or I don't know, some other
But
thing.
other times she like
Yeah.
came in and like would like unplug like our like diffuser and be like, I don't like the smell in here as she walked in. Or like
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
the one time we had like this thing that says like Froze family established 2016, the year we got married. She flung it off the wall. Yeah,
The
like I'm
Froze
talking
family
crazy.
was
Well,
not
it wasn't-
established in
wasn't,
2016,
healthy
right? That
for
was the
her
mindset.
But honestly,
like,
somebody got us that for our wedding.
Yeah.
But it to your ex's credit, like to her
Yeah.
credit,
Yeah.
I now 10
Yeah.
years later in retrospect I can look back and go somebody got it for I would have never chosen that.
Yeah.
Whoever got it for us, if
Yeah.
you're watching, thank you,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, whatever. In a blended family situation,
Right.
I now understand how that would have hurt her. I mean, she shouldn't have been in our house in the first place.
Yeah.
But the Froze family wasn't established that day.
Right. Yeah.
Like
right.
Yeah.
they made a
Yep.
covenant.
Yeah.
They had 4 kids.
Yeah.
So like to her credit, but I was young. Like
Yeah. And you probably just didn't even think.
I didn't even
twice
think
Right.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
You
like
weren't doing your decor with her in mind.
No.
Like when she comes
No.
in, how will this make her feel?
yeah, but
And we
now
thought
like
it was
but to
a
her
cute-
credit, I could understand like that would have been hurtful, even
Sure.
though like again, like you chose to walk away and
Yeah.
you chose this life, but
So in those moments, were you? I guess especially, I'll ask you, Leah. Were you just like, what have I done?
Oh,
this is maybe a mistake. Like,
Oh.
did you have those feelings?
oh
for
yeah.
her?
I mean, I think
Like,
we
it's too
talked about
much?
it in a previous episode, but
Yes.
oh yeah. Like I mean, there were multiple times that I was like, what have I because I left obviously our
Yeah.
church in
You're right.
St. Catharines.
That's where you moved,
And I moved,
yeah.
so we like
Yeah.
literally started over. Excuse me for this like man and his
Yeah.
children and whatever. And I believed in the covenant of marriage, but I was also like,
There's only so much you can take
I
on the daily.
literally can't even function. Like,
So are you telling Alan this? Or are you bottling this? Are you saying?
Oh, no, it's coming out.
What's great about Leah,
just
there's
don't-
never a secret of what she's thinking.
Right. That's true.
Right?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
it's true.
And I mean, it's good and bad. No, actually, it's
Yeah.
good in the sense. Well, okay,
You know where you
at
stand.
least,
Yeah.
which is a contrast to my previous marriage. There was like it
never
felt
knew.
like secrecy, and I didn't know.
And she was very passive.
Yeah, and I'd rather have clarity.
Yeah.
That's how I communicate. I love clarity. And I didn't like what I was hearing. You know, like, I don't know if I could do this. I'm done. And then at times I said the same.
No,
you know,
but I
just
think 3
because of the
months in
stress.
was the first time that I was like, I can't do this. Like, we need a divorce. And my mom, even, I remember her just
Like
being like,
3 months in.
And my mom is so, like, literally
Oh, yeah.
probably loves Alan more than she loves me. I'm not even kidding. She,
No.
like, she loves me, obviously, but she loves Alan. And there were times where she was like, Leah, like, no one would blame you. This is too much. Because she would see, like, the stress and the whatever. And for me, it really did come out in, like, again, I am, what you see is what you get. There's no second guessing. I can have confrontation, no problem. But, like, I was never, like, an angry person. Like, I just, stuff didn't bother me. So I never, whatever. But whatever came out of, and honestly, my counselor, I remember her sitting me down and saying, you were in survival mode for so many years with like 2 small babies and then both your parents getting sick and almost dying that you didn't have time to process even your divorce, even though I was single for 4 years. It's not like I like
Yeah. Jumped right
into it. But she was like, you were literally in fight or flight for so many years that once you got into the marriage, you kind of finally settled because you were in a safe place.
Yeah.
But then just came out like such an ugly
anger.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely, for me, it came out in anger. Like,
During that period too, I got frustrated because I thought, here we are in this new covenant marriage. The hell that I went through in my previous marriage before, I'm like, why do I have to deal with this? I don't like this. I thought this was supposed to be all things new.
Yeah.
This is all things like crap,
Horrible.
like all the stuff, like all the ugly stuff. I mean, the good was good, but the bad was bad. Like, and I was thinking, how the heck are we going to navigate through this stuff, right? And because you're processing it, you're dealing with it in your way, and I was thinking, okay, all this anger stuff. But you know what? As hard as it was. Because many years ago, I dealt with a lot of anger issues too, like after the birth
So you
of
can
my.
kind of relate to it.
So I had that capacity to be like, I see her acting like how I acted in many ways, like just losing my cool, losing my temper, and I went to anger management. I got prayer for it. Because
Which definitely worked, because I'm telling you, when we got married, I was like, he swung the pendulum too far the other way.
It's by the grace of God, like, because things used to just upset me so quickly, decades ago, like really just get under my skin, right? And I don't know how much I talked about in the previous episode, my dad, but I grew up in a home where he was angry a lot, right? And throwing things and he was dealing with my mom who had bipolar, and then she was checking in and out of the marriage a lot. So I grew up in a loving home, but the home was like, and walking on eggshells. But then there was all that underlying examples of how to deal with anger.
Right.
I didn't see a good example in my dad a lot. And so, but I have to own my own responses. Anybody can get over anything that you're willing to work on, right? Whatever it is. Yeah. And so when you were dealing with that stuff, I was like, I had a compassion, but at the same time, my capacity, I was thinking, I don't know how much I can handle, because it really, like, I felt like my cortisol levels were increasing and my stress, like, and then I was questioning, the goodness of God in this new marriage.
Right.
Well, it was highly stressful.
Yeah, it was just, it was definitely a stressful time, right?
And I don't think people realize how much, like I say, like, first marriages are hard, second are not for the faint of heart. Yeah. Like, you have to be both so strong individually, but also together, because it's not necessarily like him and I, because when him and I, so like when you're like married and people are like, you have to have such a good marriage that when your kids leave the house, that you two want to look at each other and be together and like not just be so focused on the kids. We never had that issue, because when we'd go away for like a week, or not even go away, because that seems
we did
fun.
Weekends at the
but even like when
whatever.
but I'm saying even when the kids would be gone, those were actually our best times. So we never struggled like when it was just like him and I. It was the dynamics of everything else. And that I think gave me the hope in those moments where I had like none to be like, get me the frick out of here. Was more like, okay, one day it'll just be us again. The exes will always be in the picture, for sure, but to different capacity levels. That I think that's what gave me like more of the hope. But I mean, I just don't think people are prepared enough. Honestly, they're not for for like the ex, or like for how like he handles the ex, or how I handle my ex, and how I am when I get a text from like my ex, or how it sends me spiraling, or him. I don't think there's enough people that are giving blended families this information beforehand. To be like, work this out. What does this look like? Counseling from somebody that's walked the road ahead of us. Not just like and to no discredit to anyone, but unless you've walked it, like no one can prepare you.
Premarital blended counseling, but then somebody that says, and for the first year of your marriage, I'm going to check in with you every week. Because
that actually would have probably been helpful,
right?
Because we would have had people to vent to.
Because every blending situation too will be different. That's the thing. There'll be different triggers and different things that'll be hard about. Some of it might be that the kids hate each other's guts. Don't. But then like you didn't deal with that. But then maybe someone's ex is reasonable, but then yours wasn't. Like So it's even to prepare somebody. How do you even really do that? Because every situation is
different. That's true. I do think it's like a check-in, and now we know we've gone to like these marriage conferences, and we try to do one a year. And in that one, they do have a blended family breakout session. It was probably had I read that, like there was like an hour like breakout session, and they did this like whole activity. I won't get into the whole thing, but essentially I'm like, whoa, where was this when we first got married?
Totally.
To like, it's essentially like, who are you putting in the driver's seat in a blended family? Is it the ex? And you have to like draw, and it's like, are you putting them under the car? Are you putting them in the back seat? Are you putting them in the trunk? Are you putting them on the roof?
Lee's like all of the above.
All of the above. But
Right?
that was really helpful.
It was.
And I wish we would have done that from day. Like
I
I
think from day
recommended, I recommend to anybody getting remarried, go 6 months into your marriage.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
6
did we
months.
start? We started couples therapy and individual therapy for the blendedness.
Right away.
Was it, I think, first year or second year?
No, it was right away.
Okay. It was early.
I was still seeing my counselor individually.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I was looking before we came today because I was like wondering, like, I know that the percentages of second marriages are the divorce rate is higher.
Yeah.
So I was looking it up because I was like, I wonder what it is. So it was it's around 67% of second marriages fail.
Yeah.
Which
Wow.
is crazy.
Crazy.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
So that's almost 70%.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you guys are sharing some of the specifics, you can see how but I think the one thing you guys have, you're both like very loyal.
Yes.
So I think it would have been hard. I don't think just anyone could have made through
No.
what you do. Like
There's no way.
It's part of your personality
That's right.
too that helped you fight through those hard times.
Yeah.
And now you're on the other side and probably thinking, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but are you thinking like, thank goodness we didn't throw the towel in
Yeah.
at
Definitely.
year 1 or 2 or
Yeah.
3 or 4?
Oh, for sure. And there were moments often.
I'm going to
on-
cry. Look at that. See? I don't cry.
Oh, no, I'm going to cry.
Don't you dare get out of here.
Oh,
Do
this
it,
is-
guys.
This is sweet. I love
Oh,
this
God.
part of my wife. It's like,
It's okay to cry, Leah. Let it out. What makes you emotional about that?
No,
though?
about being
no,
loyal?
no.
Or
Was it the thought of saying if you would have given up back
Yeah.
then?
I think what it is just that it is true that I think that had we both given up, and we've talked about this, when we wanted to, we wouldn't realize like the good that it could have, like that it could be,
Right.
like where we're at now.
That wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
that more makes me emotional like if anyone would have known us, which a lot of people knew us obviously, but like our close friends that walked us through those first couple years
yeah, mentor couples too. Yeah.
and just saw the hell of like, or me calling my girlfriends being like, I can't do this. Like I'm done. Like I'm leaving. There were some nights I stayed in a hotel. There were some nights I would stay at my girlfriend's. And for me, it was the more like, I think I was running from, I don't even know. I think I was just running from the reality, like of like, and the anger to my ex being like, how dare you put me in this position? More so.
Yeah.
Like I think I was just so mad at him to be like, you put me in this position. Like this, I never wanted to be remarried. I never wanted the crazy dynamics and how hard this was.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of anger came out in that way. And I think, what are you laughing at?
Because during some fight, she would say, I don't know why you had so many kids. Because the dynamic would be much easier. if you did. I just can't. No, but it was around those same kind of thoughts. Like your ex put you through this.
And Alan had 4 kids, and he should have had 2.
I was like, why'd you have 4?
Because
Complicating everything.
The dynamics, and then your ex, and then everything.
But like honestly,
compounding.
truly.
But I know you love them, but
Well, no,
it
of
was
course.
like, but it was, when you're
Because
stressed, you're
even
gonna say
that,
stuff,
like, okay,
you know?
think when we first got married. Okay, we're going backwards here. I moved into the house that his ex-wife lived in.
That's hard.
So I lived there, and it was only supposed to be temporary. But then there was some like job losses in there and different things that like didn't make it possible. But so when I moved in, Eden, Zeke, and Eden all shared one bedroom. 2 boys shared another bedroom, and one had one on his own. So like it was like even looking back to that, I'm like somebody should have warned us and said like you need to reno this or you need a different house before, because even it was unfair to Alan's Eden.
Yeah, she needed her space.
That all of a sudden we shoved 2 little kids into her room. Like that's a conversation actually we probably need to have with her. Now and just be like, we're sorry. Like
we shouldn't have done that.
Like that. I'm
It was
sorry.
a big change because she had her independence. Well, her
And she's the
private
youngest.
room.
And she's the
only
youngest.
girl, and then
And so like I wish somebody would have said like figure it out a different way that like you're not like squishing everyone together. So even that. So then there was that. Then we finally were in a good place. So then we renoed, and that was great because then everyone had their own space. Everyone was doing great. Like Zeke and Eden shared for a while.
Was great.
Yeah. And then we renoed the basement, and then everyone had their own space.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so all those things were like, I think, super important. But just like, again, no one and then I would be triggered a lot because what would happen is his ex would come to the house and essentially not be able to function because she'd be like, this was my house.
Right.
This woman's in my house.
Right.
And I often thought, it's not fair to Leah that we're at this house that was,
Right.
previously the matrimonial home.
Because did it never really feel like home then?
Right.
Like, did you always feel like you were in
Once
her
we
home?
reno, yes, yes.
Well,
but once we reno, but that wasn't until COVID, and then we ended up moving 2 years later, like 3 years later.
it
But
started to feel fresh.
it did. We did whatever we could. But anyways, all that to say, anyone that knew us at that point in time, I think are shocked that we are still married. And I think that literally
10 years, guys.
10 years.
Really
10
good.
years.
You did it.
So I just think that, like, it's more just not but it's like emotional just to be like, we are here and it can be good.
Yeah, and you made it through
Yes.
some dark, dark days.
Oh, yeah.
Both of you. Yeah.
Both of us.
Definitely. Yeah. I think there probably will be more crying coming up, as we think
You're
about.
gonna cry?
As we were, no,
Right now?
maybe not now, but as we reflect.
I was like, what's happening?
So then
who knows
do you,
what?
do you feel like overall, like it was worth it? Like you're just like you would recommend it? Like second marriage, although it's hard.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
worth it.
If you fight for it, if you work together, no matter what, hell or high water, we made a covenant. We're going to throw away the key, as hard as it is.
Yeah.
And at times you might say, I'm done. But the rewards on the other side of commitment are amazing when both work at it, right? And, we'd hoped that in our first marriage.
Yeah. We'll always
And
be
if anybody's
pro-marriage.
in that situation now, we always encourage people, fight for that marriage, reconcile, do what you can. But we know
If it can be done.
If it can be done. And it takes two to make it work, right? But if one doesn't and it ends, or both don't, then you have the opportunity again to get married and trouble comes. Don't run, right? Lean into it and get the help. Go to marriage conferences. If you have kids, like if you're blended, like we are, go to those sessions, talk about it. Just have a good village around you, good support, right?
And be in individual counseling,
totally.
not just marriage counseling.
Yeah.
After going through a divorce and betrayal, which we both did, obviously, I don't think you're ever the same. So I think that it's super important to go to these counselors to just be able to talk through it and walk through it. And somebody that specializes in trauma, not just I'm going to pray this for you and we're going to pray it out of you. Great. That's amazing. Yes. I think Jesus and counselors. And so I think both were super important. I don't think we will never have the issue of once everyone's out, how are you going to look at each other? You guys just have the same, because we do, we are.
Because you really are best
So
friends.
but we're, don't go there, Pam.
I feel like you said that to me before.
I know, but I feel
you said to me, Alan.
that's
my best friends are my best friends, though.
Sometimes she'll say,
I don't let them get in that
as
slot.
we're in the car
okay.
driving,
that's a secret.
or
Sorry.
we're on a date or something, she'll be like, "You're my best friend." I'm like, "Okay, that's nice."
No,
Yeah.
you are. We are so different in so many ways,
like
wildly.
So many ways.
Yes, parenting, personality, but we do have a lot of the same interests. We're both very active. We both love walking, playing sports, going and playing pickleball or whatever.
Going boating.
Boating.
Yeah.
On calm days.
On calm days for Leah. But we have these things that keep us aligned. Obviously our faith and
the
serving
connection
together in
point
church,
that
all those things as well. But I think that's what works for us. If we didn't have that and the other stuff, there's just no way.
And I think you guys both, and maybe it's because of your previous marriage situations, you're both kind of like fighters. I'm going to work on it. Like you're both hardworking, and
Right.
that way there's not one person just gives up. I feel like that's when you see marriages are doomed. If one or both people, if somebody just gives up and they don't try, they won't do any of the things, then it's like, what can really be done? That's when I think you go downhill so fast. But even if it's hard and ugly, if you're both coming back to the table and saying, I'm going to try to forgive again, I'm going to work on this, and I need you to work on that, and you're like, okay, and you're open to still fighting for it. But it's like, if someone just shuts off and checks out and you're like, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to look at you, I'm not going to, like, and I know sometimes there's small seasons of that where you're like, I'm annoyed, I need my space. But I mean, if it's months or weeks going on, I mean, we've talked about these situations, you know, people share with us that you're like, oh, that's going to be hard. If you've shut down and you are unwilling, then there can't be any progress, right? But if it's hard, but you're still willing to fight for it, to say, like, I do think it could be better one day, then I think you have a ton of hope.
Right. Yeah. The key is never give up. Just persevere through it, as hard as it is. And you will see, like, there is a positive, there is a sunny side up, right?
Totally.
There you go.
And you guys both did that in your previous relationships. Right? You were the fighters to be like, even though these betrayals have happened, I'm going to forgive, and I'm going to fight, I'm going to try. So probably you brought that same energy into the second marriage. For the good too, right? Where you're like, okay, I already know what it's like to fight for something. And this is going to, I think this will be good. I'm going to keep fighting.
Right?
100%.
And the craziest thing too is that we were just talking about this the other day on our walk. We were just talking about obviously our 10 years coming up, so then it makes us like be like crazy that 10 years has passed. Like, that's nuts.
A decade.
Then also I was like, there is like and again, not everyone's gonna admit this, and but of course, like, you know, me, second marriages, or me just being me, but like there is still a sadness and a grievance that, like, I'm like, because we were just walking talking, I was like, 10 years, like, that's nuts, like crazy, like, where's 10 years gone? But then I was like, you would have been married to your ex
almost 30 years
if they would have stayed together 30 years this year or next year.
29 this year, 30 in 2027.
And I think I would have been like 19 years. So then when you think about that, then it's like a weird feeling that you're like, oh, we're 10 years, but like we're only 10 years. Right? So then it brings like its own level of like
a little bit of
not
grief.
Like grief, but like in a way that you're just like, that's so sad. Like, and I just said to him, like, the other day, I was like, 30 years, like, you could have been celebrating with her 30 years of like your children being launched. They're all out. And I was like, how sad
and then you
and
and
selfish
your ex too, like at your milestones. Right. And so it's almost sad.
It's like
the potential, it's their loss, really. Because we thankfully have turned a new page. And we're in a different season, but to look at what could have been. And that's God's ideal, right? Is to see marriage for life. Thank God for new beginnings and fresh starts, right? And that, but will we get to 50 or 60 years of marriage? I mean, I'd be 100 and
you're not.
You know, I don't know, unless they have some miracle drug and people live longer, but I don't know.
But so like it's weird. Like, it's this beautiful milestone, but at the same time, when we were thinking about it, we just walked in, and I think that's the one thing we're open about all this stuff. We're like, how sad? Like, that's so sad. That happy for us. Obviously, we're excited.
We're
and
very
like
thankful.
that doesn't change the fact that we love each other and we're thankful for this marriage. But there will always still be that grief.
Yes.
Right?
And you think for the kids as well.
I was just going to say that. I feel like that's the thing that makes me the most sad is for kids, right? Because you think, you know, your exes, I don't just mean yours, I mean whomever's exes, our exes, people that leave, abandon, betray, whatever happens to end a marriage. Like, I think sometimes people think, oh, I'm mad at you, so I'm doing it to you.
Right.
But you're actually doing it to your kids. You take something from them. You take like a life and memories from them that they'll never get back. Right? And they're deprived of, and can God restore? Can there be new things? Of course. But that, like, of God's design of like the mom, the dad, a nuclear family. Like, the kids raised through every milestone, like you said, both parents are there cheering you on, in your corner, all these memories, like those are gone, right?
And it's hard on kids. Like, I don't care what people say, like, kids are resilient. Like, yes, Yes, they are. But like, it is hard on them. Like, you don't think it's not hard on a kid that like when they're at a baseball game, your parents are sitting on different sides of the field and you don't know who to sit with.
Totally.
You don't think it's hard that when you're going up to like a school graduation or a concert or event and the kids don't know who to say hi to or what to do. It's awkward.
Yeah.
It is so awkward and it's so hard on the kids. And people that think otherwise, I'm like, I would love to have a conversation with you face to face, because it is very difficult on the because the kid will always feel like in the middle, no matter what, whether they're going to vocalize it or not. Right?
Oh, of course. And even if it's not like, even if the parents had like a really amicable, friendly, sometimes you think that, but then you hear that kids maybe don't feel awkward or torn, but they feel sad.
Yes.
Because it's like, well, mom and dad are getting like, how come they couldn't have stayed together?
That's right.
How come they could? So you don't avoid, no matter what your relationship looks like post-divorce, you don't avoid some sort of damage with the kids, right?
And it affects all of them in their own individual ways. All of them.
Yeah. Well, and I know we've talked about this on past episodes, but it's just funny when people say that, like, oh, kids are so resilient, yet like the depression rate in teens and kids through the roof.
Yeah.
Like the, suicide rates, the drugs that they're having to, like, everything is off the charts. We're like, we don't know why kids are like, like, connect the dots. Like, they aren't coming out of these situations unscathed.
No.
Yes. Can there be goodness? For sure. Can God redeem and restore? For
Absolutely.
sure. But there
Still
is
hard.
always unnecessary trauma and pain that doesn't need to be there.
No.
If you will work on the very first covenant and the family that you create. And if it doesn't work, you guys are approved. It can be beautiful in a different way. But
on that note, I remember his ex remarried the guy that she had the affair with. They're now divorced. They were like back, forth, up, down, all the things. But she, number one, wrote him on our wedding day to just essentially be like, don't do this, even though but
it's like a movie,
right?
I know.
But
she wants you to
actually,
like, I think in her mind, she imagined you
running
from the altar, and then she meets you in the driveway. You embrace her.
Right, even though she was already married a year by that point to the other guy.
True. But like, but that literally reminded me of the fact that she like worked on that first marriage, that first covenant.
Yeah, totally.
It was probably like she was separated from that guy at this point. And she would do like these crazy long Facebook posts that like friends of friends would send us to be like, just like, are you reading this? Which probably wasn't helpful.
Like Facebook posts about her relationship
with Allen.
With
like
Allen.
So like she would just like, so like one of them kind of, and one of them was
reminiscing and maybe regretting.
Yeah, and one of them was very public, and a bunch of people sent it, and they're just like, just beware. And essentially, it was like, I have so many regrets in my life, and one of them was, if you're struggling in your marriage, the covenant that which God put forth with the one that blessed you with children. In my case, it was 4 children. Like, do whatever you can to work on that marriage, because essentially the pain and the regret and the guilt or whatever that I live with every single day is insurmountable. And it did. It led her into a lot of depression.
It's unfortunate.
But I'll never forget when I read that post that somebody had sent me, and I was like, whoa, like I'm so thankful I never have to live with that regret. Because it is true.
Well, you were the
and
one,
I think more so for women
who fought for your marriage too. It wasn't you wanting to check out.
Right.
Right. So.
Well, remember, I think I shared this with you. Like, I had a similar conversation with Dan because he had a friend come to him saying, he's thinking of leaving his wife and kids, and I think he was looking for support, knowing that Dan had done that. And what Dan told us that he said, or told me, he said, like, I told him, don't do it. It's the biggest regret of my life. I ruined my life. I ruined my relationship with my kids. Like, I've done so much damage, and I have so many regrets, and like, whatever you think you're chasing, it's not worth it. And he said, he said to the guy, I think you look at me in my big house with my fancy car, but I'm here alone, and I have a trail of like broken relationships and hurt that I've caused. It led me into addiction. It led me into to cope with the guilt and whatever. And he was like, it's not what you think you're chasing isn't real. And I was just like, wow, it's the first time I wondered, I figured he must have those regrets.
Right.
But it was the first time he actually vocalized it to me to say,
he was able to share that.
totally. And it's not even like he was like, It's funny because he was telling me about the conversation. He wasn't saying it to me like, I'm sorry.
Right.
But I think in his own way,
That
he was.
he
Do
was.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
that's as close as he could get. And I was like,
I'll take it.
Right?
you'll take
I
that.
get it. Because I just thought, wow, like,
Good
but
for
same
him.
thing. But I also felt so sad for him. Because I was like, you're right. Like, we had a beautiful family.
Yeah.
Was it perfect? No, but
Right.
there was no need for that.
Yeah.
If there would have been dedication
Yep.
and working hard and keeping God the center on both ends,
Yeah.
some of the issues would have been completely
100%.
overcomable.
Yeah.
We could have lived, same thing, the last decade with our kids. You could have been here. Your relationship with your kids could be
So
fine.
different.
There could have been trust there. You could be their hero, the person they look up to. But he chose a different life. And now, same thing. He's not with the
person that he
left for.
Yeah.
Right. Because those things don't work out like you
Yeah.
think.
Right.
And now he is.
Except in my case, somehow.
Right. Yeah. Well.
I heard this quote, I think it was from T.D. Jakes, right? When you're born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your decisions.
Wow.
Right?
That's a good one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
really
it's
good.
it's true, right? You have your like these decisions that you make, and
Yeah.
Now, can God redeem, like,
Yeah.
for all of our exes to see them thrive? That's our prayer, right?
Yeah,
and
for
yours as
sure.
well. Like,
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
just them walking with Jesus. Okay, you can't change your past mistakes, but if you repent,
how do you
you're
move forward?
forgiven. And now how can you build the best life that you can, you know,
Totally. Yeah.
right?
And it's never too late to do the right thing.
That's
I
right.
always think that. Like,
Right.
Yes, you have to deal with your past, and maybe there's consequences, but
do the right
even
thing
for your
now.
Kids, like your kids deserve you to be the best you can be today, even if you weren't yesterday and the 10 years prior. But today, you can be someone who's honorable, respectable, someone
Yeah.
who's encouraging, a positive light in their life. You don't have to be like, well, I screwed
left,
up, so what's
yeah.
the use? I'm going to keep being
Exactly.
a crazy person.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do that.
no, you can make it the best you can for
Yeah.
moving forward.
You are always a family. Like
100%.
it doesn't. I tell that to my kids all the time. With things, I'm like, well, we are a family.
Yeah.
We're a messed up.
Yeah.
family. Like this family looks
different, but
case
you
all the
are.
time. But you're a family. This is your dad. Like, you know, he's the father of my kids. I'm the mother. Like there has to be some loyalty and respect for that fact alone.
Absolutely.
And then when you blend, you have to come in knowing that that's.
And there is still two
Totally.
families in a way. Like we're a family, but
Yeah.
they're also a family.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
their mother. Like
Yeah.
that's
And
they created these children together.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we both tell our children, respect your, you know, respect your dad or respect your mom. And we only want the best for them. You know, it's not
Yeah.
like we're so
Yeah.
hopeful to
Yeah.
see, you know, what God can do in their lives, right?
Yeah.
And that turnaround is possible. Maybe they are in their own way. Maybe they wouldn't admit it, but maybe they are moving closer to God. I don't know.
Yeah.
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 But it's true. I don't know. So in 10 years, guys,
We'll see. 10 more years. We'll be back.
I feel like, looking back, we can say it's worth it.
Yeah.
But like, everything we've said, like if you are getting remarried or are remarried, get yourself into like a yearly, like
Check-ins.
marriage, like conference, but with blended families
Yeah.
and be seeking help, because even if you're fine now, it's something is going to come up.
And on the flip side, if you're in a blended and you're like, I'm living through hell, this is horrible, keep fighting, because it might feel like this will never get better, but it can.
Yeah.
It can
Yeah.
get better.
And
It's
that's the
true.
sunny
I
side.
think
We
a
thought
lot
it
of-
would never get better.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
excuse me, I think a lot of people give up before
Yeah.
that sunny side up,
Yeah,
right?
and then they miss
like
it.
that breakthrough is just
Yeah.
around the corner, that
Yeah.
turn that's going to be a new season and
Yeah.
fresh if you just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And we did it.
So,
Yeah.
And we kept going.
Thank God. And you continue
Yeah.
to keep
True.
going, right?
Yeah.
This has been
Well,
fun.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, because it's like hard things to share, but you guys are so.
But I feel like I try to be as most
Yeah. Yeah.
real as I can.
I know,
Yeah.
that's true.
Speak from the
that's
heart,
what everybody
you know?
loves about you guys.
It's
You're just,
true.
like, real. What you see is what you get.
But now we're done with this, and I can't wait to be back on
Yes.
Happy 10 years, babe.
the. Wow,
That's
thank
right.
you.
Come on, one little smooch
Okay,
for
a
the
little one?
camera. There you go.
Oh, I missed. I kissed her down. One more.
You missed. After 10 years, you guys can't
You
even
know what?
find the
'Cause
lips.
you stopped-
Come on.
You know why? Because you stopped kissing and you forgot how. I'm kidding.
Stop. Guys, I can't wait to be back on the other side of interviewer.
Yes. So she's so screwy.
Yeah,
It was
good
great.
Lord.
But
Thank you guys for
watching.
joining.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks for having me on.
Do the outro.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
We'll see how highly rated this episode is to know if you're going to come
It's
back.
going to have your most views
And then
ever.
if you want Alan back, you're going to have to put some
Like and
comments in
subscribe.
there. Let us know.
But anyways, guys,
Let
thank you
them
for
know.
joining us and have a happy day. Bye.